Good afternoon. Thank you so much, Senator Fan, for your kind words and leadership. As mentioned, my name is Nicole Hoplin, and I have the great privilege, along with my business partner, John Jackson, to serve the Peterson family as their charitable advisors, helping steward their philanthropy. We especially want to thank Lisa Nelson and you, the members of ALEC, for serving once again as this year's host of the 4th annual Gregor G. Peterson Prize in Venture Philanthropy. We are grateful to Lisa for understanding how private philanthropy and work in nonprofits goes hand in hand with public policy to create positive change in people's lives. It is a privilege to be here today to share the results of a year-long process with you and name this year's winner. As a San Francisco native and Stanford alum, Gregor G. Peterson was a patriot. He believed in limited government, free markets, and the American dream. He was also a pioneer in venture capital. In 1962, he co-founded one of the first venture firms on the West Coast. He was also a committed philanthropist who we lost too soon. In 2019, as a tribute to their father, Greg's two sons, Eric and Chris, created the Gregor G. Peterson Prize in Venture Philanthropy. This was created to honor their father's legacy. The $250,000 prize goes annually to a trailblazing startup in the nonprofit sector that honors Greg Peterson's business principles, including teamwork, innovation, and an entrepreneurial spirit. This year, more than 70 qualified nonprofits were nominated, making the pool of candidates tremendously talented and more competitive than ever. We thank ALEC especially, and you, its members, for nominating worthy nonprofits in your states and communities. We are now accepting nominations for the 2023 prize at petersonventureprize.com. The deadline is July 1st of 2023. And now it is my honor to introduce Eric Peterson, son of Gregor G. Peterson and the creator of this prize, to announce this year's winner.
Thank you, Nicole. Venture capital is about making an investment to accelerate growth. But when it comes to nonprofits, we've learned venture philanthropy can also be about making an investment to stop growth. The practice of medicine in our country has always been a meritocracy. But today, our healthcare system, our institutions, are being pressured to adopt a woke ideology. Thank you. Dr. Stanley Goldfarb recently founded the nonprofit Do No Harm to eliminate that kind of discrimination in healthcare. Through research, education, and litigation, Do No Harm seeks to expose and stop this growing trend in healthcare that favors politically correct solutions over the needs of the individual patients. As a family, we wholeheartedly support that mission. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Peterson family, I'm pleased to present this year's Gregor G. Peterson Prize in Venture Philanthropy to Christina Rasmussen, Executive Director of Do No Harm. Christina?
Well, thank you, Nicole and Eric, for that wonderfully kind introduction. And what a privilege it is to receive the Peterson Prize in Venture Philanthropy. You are not just giving us an award, you are giving us your trust. And this prize sends a message that stopping the woke takeover of healthcare is a national imperative. The health and well-being of every American, of every background, is in danger, and we need to rescue the healthcare system before it's too late. Do No Harm is devoted to this cause, and the award only strengthens our commitment to make a difference. Our chairman, Dr. Stanley Goldfarb, was supposed to give this speech. Unfortunately, he came down with COVID earlier this week, and I wanted to say a few words about why Dr. Goldfarb founded Do No Harm. This is an amazing man who has spent more than 50 years caring for patients as a doctor. He taught at one of the most prestigious medical schools in the country, and he is a renowned kidney expert. But he was increasingly alarmed by the rise of extreme identity politics in medical education, medical research, and clinical practice. Under the banner of equity and critical race theory, he heard calls for division and even discrimination within healthcare. He saw that the federal government and some state governments were beginning to push dangerous policies that would weaken the bond of trust that's supposed to be between doctors and patients. And he felt that this was a violation of his Hippocratic oath to do no harm. That's why he resolved to ask the tough questions. Questions like, why are we putting skin color and gender ahead of merit in medical school admissions? Why are we asking our medical students to study social justice and climate change instead of the best way to heal sick patients? Why are some students being denied access to apply for prestigious medical scholarships on the basis of their race? And why are we forcing our medical school professors to swear allegiance to political beliefs in order to apply for tenure? The questions have just kept coming. Why are medical journals running opinion pieces on systemic racism instead of focusing on the rigorous scientific research we need? Why are nurses being forced to take implicit bias training just to get a state license or keep their job? And why are we demanding that doctors sign off on surgeries that would permanently disfigure children in the name of gender affirmation? Why are we not doing more to protect autistic kids or foster children who have been convinced that removing healthy body parts is the only way to self-acceptance? These questions bear on the well-being of every American, but the people who run our healthcare system don't seem to want to answer them. Maybe they're afraid of admitting the truth, that the world's best healthcare system is deliberately lowering standards in the name of woke ideology. We are on track to have less qualified medical students, more shoddy medical research, less capable medical professionals, and most concerningly, worse care for every single man, woman, and child in America. The stakes really could not be higher, but we don't have to let this happen. I believe that we can save healthcare, and the leaders in this room, you have an important role to play. Because the truth is that in each of your states, you have medical schools, hospitals, and other healthcare institutions that have bought into this divisive and discriminatory approach to medicine. You can hold them accountable. As lawmakers, you have powerful tools at your disposal: investigations, appropriations, and legislation. That's why Do No Harm has developed 2 model bills that you can pick up and champion. The first bill is designed to protect medical educators and students at medical schools from being force-fed divisive and extreme ideas. It also seeks to protect your medical professionals and their patients from woke discrimination at the doctor's office. Our second bill is designed to protect children from irreversible transgender treatments and surgeries, which activists are now demanding for the youngest amongst us. And it asks that schools be fully transparent about what they're going to do when a child says they believe they're a different gender. We know that people are waking up to what's happening in healthcare. We have seen the polling. The American people do not want healthcare to go the way of critical race theory in K-12 education or defunding the police. They want what we all want, which is for our doctors and our hospitals to be world-class. And we know at Do No Harm there's an opportunity to realize that vision. And I believe that the American people will reward the leaders who rescue healthcare. Please come up and say hello during this lunch or right after. I'd love to get to know you and hear what's happening in your state. Thank you for joining us in this necessary work, and thank you to the Peterson family for this incredible prize. We look forward to honoring the legacy of Gregor G. Peterson. Thank you.